Grace.
What?
Really? Okay, never mind. What?
It's purple. I remember that song. Muffin, I don't know if you do. Yeah, there was some. We need to find a clue that is purple. My seat just gave out. We need to find a clue that is purple. We need... So I recorded that because I'm like, that's going to be in my head for the rest of my life. Kind of like, you won't remember this one. There's a video of it, I'm sure. Grace, your bouncy seat just had this song. Dun, 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 dun. And then Mom and I came up with words to that. Stinky monk, stinky monk. Yeah. Anyway, so these are the things that I knew I would remember. And yeah. Hey girls, March 28th, 2026. I'm all dressed up and fancy. I'm about to go to a birthday party. My friend Brandon is having get this seat right. He's having a birthday party for his daughter who turned 1 on Thursday. It's Saturday, so I'm going to go to this, but number one, I'm not a fan of just being around people. I mean, some people, yes, and there'll be a few of my friends there, but my guess is like there's going to be, Brandon's family, Brandon's wife's family. I don't know any of them, and I'm over small talk. I left small talk behind years ago, so we'll see how this goes. The other thing is, seeing babies is probably the most excruciating thing for me. It's tough. It's really, really tough. Hearing a baby cry is like the worst possible thing that can happen to me right now. I'll be in an airport or something and hear a baby cry. I'm like, oh my God, I gotta get away. Just because it's like triggering to me because of this whole mess. And so I'm going to tough it out for Brandon and his wife. They're good, close friends, and they're good people. But honestly, I would rather just stay here and do nothing. I have other plans after that too. Going to help a friend out with some projects, which I'm excited about. I love projects. Speaking of being excited. Okay, so obviously muffin, and then yeah, it came. Monkey's a whole lot bigger than I anticipated. Obviously, yeah, monkey. Monkey is a lot bigger than I anticipated, and I'm actually going to have it redone. But it showed up when I got back from work last week. And I'll tell you, it was like the biggest, not the biggest. It was a huge morale boost getting that thing and holding it. That was fantastic. So, monkey muffin. But yeah, the point of these is for me to take them on trips and take pictures with them. So it needs to be a little bit smaller. So I'm going to keep it, obviously. But hang on a second here. Somebody's texting me. Okay. Anyway, yeah. Oh, the intro. So I was watching. I really kick myself a lot. A lot. It's something I work on with my therapist. Grace, your flying video. I took a bunch of clips because we record. It was on your birthday in 2015. It was your fourth birthday, and took you flying, and you were really flying the plane. But one thing I used to do that I really dislike is what I did is I took these clips. There's probably like 45 minutes worth of clips, and then I made the video, which is probably about 5 minutes. But then I deleted the rest of the clips. And it really pisses me off that I did that. Because it's the outtakes that are always the best part. That's the part that's fun. I'm not a fan of staged pictures. Yeah, they're cool and all, but I like candid shots. In every video, except for a few, I always like just getting you guys in your natural habitat. And so I would just grab the camera and just film you a lot of times without you even knowing it. And that's the stuff that I really like. So it kills me that I deleted that. Again, a lot of these folders are empty, and I had to get them from the cloud. So I'm hoping Mom still has some of these on a hard drive somewhere, maybe. Who knows? But in any case, we still have the video. So that's that. I don't have much planned for today, and it's probably best. I've been rewatching the podcasts, and I've been on this like self-help rant recently. Fully admit it. Because I'm trying to better myself. That's like my goal in life now, is just to constantly better myself. And so that comes through on the podcast. But today we'll just kind of go with the flow. I switched it up, and for the monsters, because I can't not drink them, but I'm going with the skinny cans and the purple cans. The skinny purple. Can't go wrong. We'll get all amped up here. Have a good old time. And yeah, purple's my new favorite. Let's see here. I don't know. Let's start off. Let's look at the calendar. What has been happening to old Dad? I went and did my recurrent. Yeah, we talked about that. Did my training. Went to Europe. Got the birthday party today. I had to go donate blood. That's right. So when you're on testosterone, one of the side effects that can occur is your blood essentially gets too thick. And so what they do is they have you donate blood on a regular basis just to get it out, so it's not so thick and a little bit less blood in your system. Excuse me. Back in December, they had me stop donating blood because my red blood count was low. So they said, hey, take a break. And I did for 3 months. And I went and took my labs. When was that? That was on Thursday? Yeah, on Thursday. Took the labs. They came back pretty quickly. And the guy, as I'm driving home, he calls me up and he's like, hey, come back here. Okay. Well, you get that? You get the, hey, come back here. Okay. What's going on? It made me nervous. And drove back. And he's like, okay, I want you to discontinue testosterone immediately. You need to go donate blood right now. I'm like, why? He's like, your red blood count is significantly high. I'm like, okay. He's like, have you been experiencing headaches and little tension in the muscles, achy joints? I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah, you need to go donate right now. And so he set me up to go donate. And then I'm going to retake my labs Monday and see how that is. But so I'm driving home. And he says to me, somebody needs to keep an eye on you for the next 48 hours just to make sure, after you donate this blood, somebody needs to keep an eye on you. And if you don't know, I live a pretty solitary life. It's just me. And so I'm like, wonderful. I'm going to have a freaking stroke, and somebody's just going to find me in my bed in a month. That was terrifying. So, God has an amazing way of showing you how stupid these life little events are with a good scare. But I'm okay. I donated blood, got it out, and I do feel better. No tension, no headaches as of right now. But for that day after hearing that from him, I was having total anxiety, complete and total anxiety. It was not good. I'm laughing about it because it makes me nervous. I have a lot of nervous laughter tics. So, yeah, I'll be all right. I'm always all right. And then I think I told you I had pancreatitis. Did I tell you why that happened? I went keto for the month of January, and I went hard on keto, and I was just eating protein and fat. And I went too hard on that and ended up hurting my pancreas, so came back off of that. I keep doing these things that hurt they're meant to be healthy, testosterone, keto, end up going a little bit too hard in the paint. Nicotine, I'm supposed to have quit that a long time ago. I'm not gonna. No, I'm a rebel, damn it. Made me think of something, and I don't know why. Why did I think of this? Either way, a coworker of mine is a co-pilot. He's getting ready to be a captain, and I've been training him on it. And he's super grateful to me, and he's finds me to be like a confidant. He talks to me about things that ordinarily coworkers don't talk about. His wife is in the Navy. He is not. And his wife, of all things, just got orders to Japan. Obviously. So he's a pilot, been working really hard on his career, and now his wife has gotten orders to Yokota. Yokota? Something like that. Atsugi. So she's going to be headed over there, and so is he. And he came to me and started talking to me because he knows, we had the exact same situation. And I just let him kind of vent, and he's like, dude, I am having it really rough right now. And I'm like, yeah, I get it. He says to me, he's like, I am finding myself to be depressed, anxious, kind of pissed off, and I can't express any of that because I have to be this supportive husband. I'm like, dude, that's exactly what I went through. I remember getting the phone call it was in March of 2012. Mom took a phone call. No, excuse me, she got an email. The phone call came later. She got an email. We're sitting on the couch in Columbus, and Grace, you were on the floor playing, and we're sitting there just watching a movie, just hanging out. And I see her look at her phone, and she gets this just kind of blank stare. And then I'm like, I knew something was up. So I look over at her, and I said, what is it? I didn't know if it, medical test results or something. I didn't know what it was. And she says, I just got orders to Japan. And I remember, because we'd been talking about the various places she could have gone and what our plan was going to be. And in our head, both of us at the time, well, Japan's really far away. For me, it 100% meant I would have to give up flying. And so I remember having this burst of adrenaline. You just sitting there and just feel that burst of adrenaline, like panic. And I actively thought to myself, smash it down. Smash it down. Like, you have to be the strong one here, because I could see Mom was panicking. And so even though I wanted to just put my hands on my head and go, oh no! Fuck. Really, really badly. That's what I wanted to do. And that was a stupid reaction, but I still smashed it down and went, be supportive. You've got to be the supportive one. And I remember saying out loud, that's great. And doing my absolute damnedest. No, it's going to be fantastic. This is going to be great. While inside, I was feeling absolute devastation. And that was... It took a while. There were other things that were going on too that were messing me up. But that was a severe gut punch. Ended up being the best 2.5, 3 years of my life. I managed to screw that up. I didn't get to enjoy it because of my own stupidity. But in hindsight, just the best ever. It was such a stupid, ignorant reaction. And it ended up being absolutely amazing. So, but my friend, I guess I could say his name, Jake, he's struggling right now with that same thing. So I tried to just explain to him, dude, I know it's like scary, you're going to have to give up your career, you're going to have to do things you don't want to do, but it's going to be amazing. Trust me. Everybody who goes to Japan and gets an assignment over there, it ends up being just phenomenal. I've actually given consideration to retiring over there. No kidding. I don't know if that's going to happen, but we shall see. So, I still don't know. Oh, you know what? I know of a picture. Where is it? I can show you a picture of the day after we got the news. I remember. Come on, how fast? Oh, God. Well, here's the picture. So that's the day after. That's the day after we got the news that we were heading to Japan. What day would that have been? It's actually got the date on here. 2012, 3. It's probably around the middle of March. Is there a date on there? 3/17/2012. Yeah. So we got the news on 3/16. And yeah, in that picture, I'm in complete panic mode, because I still haven't caught on to the fact, and it won't happen for the guy you're looking at there. It won't happen for a long time. That everything is an opportunity, and I still am not great with that, but I try my best to see things as opportunities. I don't believe in coincidences or accidents in life. I just don't. That's just me, though. But what I chuckled about was that. And so, I don't know. I'm probably going to get grief for that. So, so obviously that was in my drinking days. Terribly sorry. I was an idiot. But I had bought a Four Loko, which is like this hard malt liquor drink. And no, it's not open right there. But I'd set it on the counter next to you, Grace, to feed you. And you picked it up and you kept trying to drink from it. So I grabbed the camera as fast as I could and snapped that picture. Good times. Oh, anyway, that's that. Anything else that's funny that month? You and Paulo. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, absolute panic mode, but he'll be all right. What does YouTube have to offer? I don't know. Let's take a peek. Let's take a look at YouTube. Oh, yeah. I'm not going to watch the video, but something that just happened recently. Another airplane accident, as I knew was coming, because, and I'm not going to mix words. The safety standards at airlines have gone down. They just have. They have done this thing where, and this is a controversial topic, but I've seen it firsthand. They've done this thing where they will just push people through the training programs just to get people in the seats, and especially if they meet certain criteria, they will be given a pass on things. And because of it, safety has gone down. Now that's also occurred in the air traffic control system. I'm not saying either of those things played a part in this most recent accident, but I can't discount it either. I don't know the full story. A plane was landing at LaGuardia, and a fire truck, which are the airport fire trucks, are gigantic. These are not regular fire trucks. They are huge machines. They weigh about 40 to 50,000 pounds, and they're filled with water, which when you hit water, it's like hitting concrete. But what happened was an airplane was landing and a fire truck was crossing the runway, and the airplane smashed right into it, ended up killing both of the pilots. One of the flight attendants was thrown a good distance. She survived, and then everybody got off okay. There were some pretty good injuries, but one thing I didn't like, and to say that I didn't like it is an understatement. The air traffic controller, I guess, should we just watch the damn video? LGA crash audio. Yeah, let's watch it. Okay. This is from VAS Aviation. Great videos. If you understand what's being said, VAS Aviation is a phenomenal website, but it is what you're just hearing is audio on the radios that we talk on. It was an Air Canada CRJ, the same airplane I used to fly, and going quick flight from Montreal to
2384 is declaring an emergency. Flight attendants in the back are feeling ill because of the odor.
So this airplane here is a United airplane. They start getting fumes in the cabin, some odors going on. The problem is that all the gates at LaGuardia are tied up. They're all full. So this airplane is sitting on a taxiway, and they want to get the people off, but there's no place for them to get off. So the tower controller is trying to organize something for them. They've just declared an emergency, giving them the option to kind of do whatever they need to do, meaning they can blow the slides and just send the people off onto the runway if they need to. So once you say declaring an emergency, it's like, hey, you're telling them, hey, you guys, I might not play by the rules anymore. I might have to do some things that are against the rules in order to keep safety up. So, for example, if they're ordinarily on a taxiway, you can't just deploy the slides and throw people out. You have to declare an emergency first, and then let people know, hey, this is going to get a little wild.
We will need to go into any available gate at this time.
Okay, roger that. Hey, there's that again. Do you guys have any gate for United? Because now they're declaring an emergency. They want to get out. Yeah.
Let me ask them. I'll call you right back.
Okay, right.
So this air traffic controller is working up in the tower. He's trying to handle what's going on with this airplane. He also has other airplanes taxiing on the airport that he needs to control, and he has airplanes taking off and landing that he needs to control. He's trying to manage a lot right now. Air traffic control has been understaffed for a long time. A good friend of mine is working 6 days a week, 10 hours a day as an air traffic controller in Jacksonville. He's working 60 hours a week with 1 day off a week, and he's been doing that for a long time. He's exhausted. All of these air traffic controllers are exhausted. Why that is a completely different story.
Right there. Hey, it's Ed again, the White Town. Now that United says he needs a gate, but so now he's declaring an emergency. But the ramp doesn't have a gate for him. Yeah, they're now.
We can get a stair truck if you need them to get off the plane.
Okay, yeah, do that just in case they want to come off. But so now he's on taxiway Alpha, just east of taxiway Kilo.
Okay, so what they're saying is, okay, there's no gates, but we have trucks with stairs on them that we can pull up to the airplane. They pull those up to the airplane, they open the doors, and people come down the stairs. It's a faster way to do it. The fastest way to do this would be to just blow the slides, deploy those inflatable slides, and just send people off. But that's a process too, and it has its own problems and dangers. So if they can get the what are called air stairs with the trucks that have stairs on the top of them, that's another option. So now they're organizing that.
All right, thanks, man. All right, bye-bye.
Okay.
Yeah, 2384. The ramp doesn't have a gate for you yet, but I'm trying to get in touch with the Port Authority to see if they have something.
Copy.
And the fire trucks are over there. They're going to bring a stair truck just in case you guys do want to evacuate. Let me know if you do.
Copy. Yeah, we prefer to wait on a gate, but I mean, again, we only got so much time here because there's still a bit of an odor in the back of the airplane.
All right, so while that's going on, now this is an overhead view of the airport, and this here is Jazz, I can't remember the number, but it's the CRJ that's coming into land on this runway right here. With those air stairs, or in case, because they've declared an emergency, now all the fire trucks on the airport, 8, 10 of them, are going to start moving towards this airplane. In case they blow the slides, somebody gets hurt, something happens, they want those fire trucks there.
646, yep.
Jazz 646.
Delta 520, you're going to lane 8, just hold short of Lima on runway 13 and just verify with the ramp that you'll be able to get in.
Okay, hold short.
There's a Delta airplane that he's trying to manage.
And we'll talk to ramp, get back to you, Delta 520.
Thank you. I'm just verifying there's some shuffling of gates going on.
He's organizing the gates.
Here's an inbound that has an issue.
Roger.
Jazz 646, the order.
So it's you for Gialis, 4 for Jazz 646.
646, number 2, clear to line 4.
What's the number 2?
He's just cleared to land on this runway. The runway
Do you have a gate available at this time? Otherwise, we will
is
be
over here to the
requesting
left.
air stairs.
Give me 1 second.
This controller's starting to get saturated, meaning
Stand by, United.
he's like, hey, I'm working here, I'm trying.
Who's the vehicle that needs to cross the runway?
Now the vehicles, the air stairs and the fire trucks are coming in, and they're trying to get from the far end of the airport over to this United.
Emergency vehicles calling on ground, or are you calling on tower?
Truck 1 and Company, LaGuardia Tower.
Truck 1 and company.
So truck 1 and company are the fire trucks, and truck 1 is in the lead. He's going to call for everybody. There's probably about 7 or 8 fire trucks and air stairs and all this stuff moving towards this airplane, the United airplane that has declared an emergency.
1 and Company, LaGuardia Tower, requesting to cross 4 at Delta.
Truck 1 and company, cross 4 at Delta.
Truck 1 and Company, crossing 4 at Delta.
Okay, so Jazz is going to be landing on this runway, which is runway 4, and the controller has just told the fire trucks clear to cross 4 at Delta, meaning the fire trucks are now going to cross this runway on a taxiway, and the controller has basically forgotten about this Jazz airplane.
Frontier 4195 to stop there, please.
Frontier is taxiing, and the controller needs to stop that airplane to make room for the fire trucks.
Stop, truck one, stop.
So that right there is when the controller realized, oh wait, Jazz is landing. The CRJ is landing on runway 4, and he realizes I've cleared these trucks to cross, but this airplane's coming in on that runway.
And 2384 is cleared in lane 8 for 41.
2384, proceed to ramp.
Proceed in.
Start truck one. Stop truck one. Stop.
So this is runway 4. That's the CRJ landing. And this is the fire truck right there that you can barely see.
Stop truck one.
The controller tries to stop the truck, and the truck doesn't hear it.
Stop.
4195, we're staying here.
Delta 2603, go around. Runway heading 2000.
That is the airplane after it hit the truck, and the cockpit and front half of the airplane are completely gone.
Jet 646. Jet 646, I see you collide with vehicle there. Just hold position. I know you can't move. The vehicles are responding to you now.
So, yeah, it's terrible. It's just...
Is the runway closed?
Delta 2603, go around. Runway heading 2000.
All right, 2000.
So the controller's still trying to manage all this stuff. He can't stop.
Radio tower.
He's telling Delta to go around, meaning
Truck 32, runway
I need you to
4
leave.
close, correct?
Stop trying to land
Go
here.
on to runway 4 now. Proceed on runway 4. You have access.
Now the controller's
Tower, car 90, runway 422 is closed at this time.
90, roger.
the controller's trying to organize the fire trucks to help this airplane now.
We want to get power vehicle 98.
98. 98. Vehicle 98.
So that is the remains of the fire truck. Here's just a regular truck, like a big police truck, for a size comparison. That's a pretty big truck in itself. And these fire trucks are gigantic. They are huge pieces of machinery. These are, people are wondering like how a fire truck did this kind of damage to an airplane. These are massive, massive machines.
Vehicle 98, please show at this time. Runway 422 is closed. I repeat, runway 422 is closed at this time.
And there was an accident at LaGuardia. I don't know what happened exactly, but they just lost 422, so everyone's going to be holding over Proud or vectors in the air with me.
Tower, car 90, LaGuardia Airport is
Obviously, they closed the airport.
2603, runway 3000. Go to approach 20.8 now.
3000, over.
2603, 20.8. They're looking for you.
We're going to see...
Tower, car 90, to reiterate, LaGuardia Airport is closed at this time. No aircraft in or out.
Okay. Frontier 4195, you copy that?
Negative, we're holding here.
So this guy is,
All right, there's an
after
incident
this,
on the field.
Yeah, we saw it.
he's still
Just stand by.
trying to manage all
All right,
this
there's an
stuff.
incident on the field. We're closed right now. Just stand by.
He's...
And I'll have updates to LaGuardia as soon as I get word of the runways are clear and back open. I don't have any estimates right now, so everyone in holding, just let me know if anyone's supposed to min fuel if you need to divert.
Ground break here, 3474 is the field shut down now.
Field is shut down, sir.
So you can hear in his voice right there what is going on with him. It's starting to hit him. Now, what I was hoping for was the audio a little bit later on, where the controller is starting to break down, and somebody calls him up, and he makes the statement of, yeah, there was an incident on the field, I messed up.
You can also hear what appears to be that air traffic controller saying he made a mistake.
That wasn't good to watch.
Yeah, I know I was here. I tried to reach out to my stuff, and we were dealing with an emergency earlier. I messed up.
No, man, you did the best you could.
what's happened is that audio has made it out onto the news. It's made it on to the internet, and people came down on him really, really hard.
When you have on audio an air traffic controller saying, "I messed up," I mean, I don't know how much more in the investigation needs to take place. He said he messed up.
And it's an emotional thing for me because my heart breaks for this guy because he was trying to manage so much, and he had been put in this position where he's trying to manage so much because of the way the industry is right now. They're short-staffed. And he makes the statement and he owns it because these air traffic controllers are, they're a special breed of people. They're same as pilots, where they don't look for people to blame. They will take ownership instantly. I've seen it. They make mistakes. They're human beings. And when they make a mistake, they own it instantly. They say things like, "Hey, I'm sorry about that. Hey, that was my fault. Hey, I messed up." Well, our society these days, saying things like "I messed up" is like that's why they say never apologize to people, which is sickening. But you'll hear people who are like going to get canceled, and people will say you never apologize to these people. And apologies have kind of gone out the window. And that's really, really frustrating for me. Like, super frustrating. Because my belief, my firm belief, is that so many of our problems in society today come from people's inability to be able to say, "I'm sorry, I messed up." And so often people will do this thing of, well, this was your fault. Or even if you get an apology, you get, "Well, I'm sorry that I even tried. Well, I'm sorry that, I made you feel that way." Apologies are how we mend each other as people. And they're gone. And this guy taking ownership of that and saying that he messed up. Now, he did. He messed up. But there were other factors going on. That fire truck, and I'm not casting blame on them, but any time you cross a runway, whether you be an airplane or a truck or whatever it is, we are taught that you look and clear, and everybody in the cockpit or in the truck or whatever it is, everybody. Like, for example, if an airplane is crossing a runway, if I'm in the left seat, I will look to the left and the right and say, "Okay, clear to cross, clear left." The co-pilot will say, "Clear to cross, clear right." And he's calling the seat. We're calling the seat. So I'm saying clear left because I'm sitting in the left seat. He's saying clear right because he's sitting in the right seat. We're getting that on the audio recorders that listen to us. And so that truck was supposed to look over to the right. And if he had, he would have seen the lights of that airplane and brought it to a stop. It doesn't appear they did that. But in any case, with regard to this controller owning it like that, the way that people came down on that guy was unacceptable, in my opinion. And I'm going to go ahead and go so far as it's not my opinion. That's reality. That's not, when someone offers an apology, you don't shit on them. In fact, what you do is also offer an apology, because to pretend that only one person is at fault in any situation is frickin' ridiculous. And when someone says, "I'm sorry" to me, I make it a point to also say, to even the playing field and say, "Hey, I'm sorry too. I could have done better too." Whether I could have or not, it doesn't frickin' matter. Some people see the words "I'm sorry" as like they are no longer a valid human being if they say they're sorry. Owning up to a mistake is not like the end of the world, and it doesn't make you less valid. Quite the contrary, actually. It makes you a valuable member of society and a valuable member of any relationship. These controllers are phenomenal, and that really pissed me off. So, my heart breaks for that guy. So, offer apologies, and when you get an apology, also offer an apology. There's nothing wrong with saying I'm sorry. If someone is going to shit on you for saying I'm sorry, you don't want to be associated with those people. I promise. You don't want to be associated with those people. Anyway, that's that. So, what else? What else here? Scrolling. All right, we can go to lean beef patty. Lean beef patty.
How old is she? She looks 25. Patty's age is a mystery. It's a mystery. It's still a mystery to me. I don't know. You're good at that. I'm 28, by the way.
Doing recon? Are you?
Yes. No, you're good at you're good at being mysterious.
Thank you.
Yes.
That's like the vibe I'm trying to give off.
Is it really?
FYI. So obviously Patty's this tiny little girl who's now a fitness influencer, and her story is amazing. She dealt with some severe self-confidence issues. Ended up becoming a gym rat. And one of the things that she talks about is how she used to be afraid to go to the gym, and these big muscular guys, she thought that they were like the mean guys. And then she found out that those guys are actually the nicest people that there are. It's the little pudgy, fat, skinny fat guys that will actually give you grief. But these guys, the big guys, I've seen it. They are the nicest people that you will ever meet. They might look scary, but they are always it never fails. Always the nicest people. So maybe there's some exceptions to that, but yeah.
A lot of the things that we see on psychedelics, a lot of the big revelations that people have, I think a lot of it is like, don't take everything so seriously that you get on mushrooms, that you get from any kind of journey like that. It's like, stop pretending like it's not a game, like it's just a game. And just look at the Bible. The number one most repeating phrase in the Bible is do not fear, or be not afraid, like kind of variations on that theme.
So Chase Hughes is now a motivational speaker. He worked for the CIA and the government, and he did a lot of things with the mind and the brain. He's a big proponent of psychedelics, mushrooms specifically. Truth be told, so am I. I'm a big proponent of them. And what he says there, I agree with it wholeheartedly from my own experiences. One of the things, and I'll go back through here.
A lot of the things that we see on psychedelics, a lot of the big revelations that people have, I think a lot of it is like, don't take everything so seriously that you get on mushrooms, that you get from any kind of journey like that. It's like, stop pretending like it's not a game.
Stop pretending like it's not a game, because I can go down this road, I guess, but it sounds, unless you've experienced this, you will think that it's pure insanity. You will think, what the hell is he talking about? I am now of the firm belief that every single thing that occurs to us is, I guess the best way to put it is a lesson from God, a lesson from the universe. A lot of people have a tough time wrapping their head around that, including me prior to having my own experiences. You don't see the world the same way. What it is for mushrooms specifically, and psychedelics in general, is the human brain is composed of a lot of things, and one of the things that's a big part of it is the ego. The ego, the best way to describe it is like a overbearing parent. And what will happen is this parent wants to make sure that we look as good as we can to the world. So picture like an overbearing father with a child, and the father wants that child to be this great sports star. An example. So the father will tell the kid what to say. Hey, here's what you say. You say you're great. You go out, you let them know, hey, by the way, talk smack to that other player over there. And by the way, hey, that guy just insulted you. Let him know what you think of him. And so the kid will do that because the overbearing father's over there saying these things and telling the kid what to do. That's the ego. And the bigger the ego, the more overbearing the father is in this example. What psychedelics do is take that overbearing father, or whatever analogy you want to use, and kicks him out of the room for about 2 or 3 hours. Now, people use these things to like party and have a good time, and woo, that's not what they're for. That's not what these things are for. Yes, they are used that way, but that's a misuse of these things. When you take these things, that overbearing father is kicked out, and you are just you. You're just you, and you typically sometimes become confused. You're looking at the world like, what's going on? What will end up happening is sometimes the overbearing father isn't completely kicked out of the room. And then at the end of the experience, that overbearing father, the ego, comes back with a vengeance. And people can become extremely defensive when coming down off of psychedelics. They're a good therapeutic tool in a therapeutic setting, but you have to be aware of what's going to happen afterwards. That ego is going to come back really pissed off. But what he says here as far as stop pretending it's not a game, the people that have kind of gone to the next level, so to speak, they all have that mindset of, this is what you see around us is a test. And the people that haven't gotten that and think that the world is all about them, those are usually the people that tend to breed chaos. Who is messaging me? That's work stuff.
So I'm sitting at the gas station, fueling up my car as one does at the gas station if they're not there to get snacks. And I go to start
know where
my
this is
car.
going. When men stop being chivalrous. All right, fine. I've already started it. We're going to go find something funny here in a minute.
It won't start. That's suspicious. So I pop open the hood and I'm standing there looking inside. Now I'm just going to use my best common sense that it probably is the battery. My battery's probably dead. I contact AAA, say that I need a job. But what is freaking bonkers to me is all of these men have come pulling up next to me, come and gone, and not one time, as I'm standing there looking like I don't know what I'm doing, as I'm looking at the engine of my car because I don't know what I'm doing. Is that the engine? Is that the freaking battery? Is that the alternator, the radiator? I don't know.
Okay. So she's going to be pissed off that men aren't coming to save her. Look at her personality. All of this fucking sass. All of this attitude. All of this, I'm owed this. These men are supposed to come help me, when the past 10 years plus have been, women don't need no man. Stop being misogynistic. The patriarchy is the problem. Men, fathers need to be kicked out of families. And here it is. This woman is still doing this thing of, where are these men to help me? Damn it. No ownership, no apology, no going, oh my God, women, we did this to ourselves. Anyway, that's it. I see one that I do like because much more fun. Holly Murray. Muffin. Holly Murray reminds me of you so much. Except for the Scottish accent.
It's so far from who I am as a person, this awkward girl from Accrington, and I can transform myself into Heath Ledger Joker or Pennywise the Clown. They just have my heart. Horror looks have my heart.
She is a treat. She does makeup, tutorials, and just paints herself up. And
Hi, I'm Holly. I'm 30 years old and I'm from Accrington. My makeup journey started as a children's face painter. I'd go out and paint kids as tigers and butterflies. Yeah, I'm a princess at heart, really. I started creating content.
Bane, that one made me think of you,
I wanted something
Muffin,
to do
again.
that wasn't looking after the house.
Not Bane,
and
excuse me, Venom.
I thought to myself,
Same
this
actor,
makeup
though.
stuff could really do well on TikTok.
Hi, I'm Chucky.
She's just fun. She's just got a good spirit. She's just fun. I love it. She's got just good energy. And you know how I am about my energy and people with good energy.
I'm self-taught, so everything that I learned was from YouTube, watching these amazing artists create masterpieces on their body and on their faces, and I wondered if I could do it.
So what gets me about this is she does this in a mirror, which if I just go to pluck an eyebrow in a mirror, I'm sitting over there. Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait. Up, down, left, right. Damn it. Hold on. I can't get it because it's reversed. And then she's doing this amazing stuff in a mirror, in a camera, no less. So I'm not exactly certain where the mirror is because she has a camera in her face. So how the hell is she doing this? It's amazing. And then she just throws out that good energy. I love it. So, yeah. Oh, that's that. So, one of the things that's over here is another clip from The Chosen. I can't recommend that enough. I really can't recommend that enough as far as something to watch. I was over at a friend's house. Was that last night? It was last night. Okay. So, the TV gets pulled up, and I'm sitting there just hanging out, and Netflix comes up. And I start looking at all the titles on Netflix. And I'm not pulling this up. I don't want to look at it. But it was, every movie was about women serial killers, people in jail, women who are divorcing, how to divorce your husband or something like that. Children at an institution being abused. It was just constant. It just everywhere. This horrific shit. And I'm going to get off of it really quickly because it was just, the energy was so bad. And I asked her, I'm like, you watch this stuff? Like this is what you watch? I remember just looking at the TV, like looking at the titles, murder this and lock up that. And I was in disbelief. There was nothing educational, nothing, heartfelt, nothing with a good vibe, no comedies. And I started thinking, like, this is what's happening. This is, maybe I'm getting on my high horse and that, if you eat junk food all the time, you're going to destroy your body. And if you watch stuff about divorce and murder and abuse and lockup and prison, your mind is going to get very corrupted. And you're going to think that's the way the world is, and it's not. The influence that has on people, I can't even wrap my head around it. I haven't watched TV, regular TV, in 5 or 6 years. Since before me and Mom split up. I didn't watch any of that stuff. I look back, and I do remember a few of the shows that Mom was watching. I'm like, oh no. Anyway, God, have your feed. That's why I got off of this and came to Holly Murray. Have your feed be stuff that's uplifting, puts a smile on your face, motivates you. Like I see Holly Murray And I know she's passionate about this. I know that doing makeup, yeah, I don't know if she makes a good living off of it or not. Who knows? Maybe she has a side gig too. But at the very least, she's doing what she's passionate about, and she's showing other people how to do that too. The people that I've seen that are, you know, how do I put this? When people make their passion about destruction, it's not a connection to God. I'll tell you that much. That I can say definitively. So anyway, that's that. Anything else? No, that's about it. So, all right, I'm gonna wrap it up. Perfect, 1 hour. I'm gonna go to my party. I gotta go shopping too. So I gotta stop off right now. Swing by a Walmart. I'm gonna either buy like onesies or diapers or outfits. I don't know what. But then, you know, people are particular about what they put their kids in. I don't know. I'll figure it out. I haven't shopped for baby clothes in 15 years. 13 years. So we'll see how this goes. All right, wish me luck. All right. Don't be afraid to say I messed up. And if people give you grief for it, get away from those people. It's a great test of the circle that you're in. Can you apologize? Like, legitimately apologize? To be able to say something like, hey, I messed up there. I am sorry, and I will work to not do that again. That's an apology. An apology is not, well, I'm sorry I made you feel that way. That's not an apology. And by the way, we don't get to dictate when we hurt other people. If somebody comes to us and says, hey, by the way, what you did there, I really didn't care for that. We don't get to go, well, let me explain to you why I did that. They come to you, they say, hey, I didn't like that. Hey, I'm sorry. And then watch what they do. Watch how they handle the I'm sorry. If they go on the attack after the I'm sorry, hey, I got to get going. I'm really sorry this didn't work out, but I got to get going. Don't be afraid to apologize. It's what brings us together. Forgiveness. That's what that is. Apologies and forgiveness. It's like the core belief. So, yeah, it is just a game. This whole thing is just a game. People will think I'm weird for that, but I'm content being weird. I'm good with that. And then throw out the good energy like good old Holly Murray here. I love her energy. I told you, my favorite people, always women. I love it. So anyway, girls, I'm going to get going. I love you. I'm going to work early on Monday, and then I'll be gone for 10 days, I think it is. So I will talk to you when I get back. Go out, love one another, and apologize to one another in the same way I love you and apologize to you.
Morning.
I'm sorry.
I said good morning.
No, I heard you. I said I'm sorry for what I did to you. It has been over a year now, and I realize I never actually apologized for my role in your plight with your tax debt and for colluding with Quintus on reporting your activity. Strange. After the sermon, the big one, I immediately went to my parents to apologize for my actions. I should have gone to you next. And now my feelings are worse, and they won't be better if I don't ask for your forgiveness, so that's what I'm doing now. Well, actually, I'm just saying I'm sorry. Forgiveness is a gift that you can give. Or not give.
He sins against me 7 times, and I'm supposed to just forgive that. No, not 7, but 77 times.
I could stack him up that high if I really broke down each offense and the consequences.
You know, I don't mean literally 77 times. 70 times 7. Completion times completion. Endless forgiveness. Without limits.
Look, a couple of days ago, you gave me a new name and made big proclamations. But whether my name is Simon or Peter, I'm still the same man I was the day before that. I'm still human. And I can't do it. I can't. And no one would blame me.
You mentioned the consequences of Matthew's actions. Remember the circumstances they put you in?
Yeah, that's all I can think about. That's why I'm out here and not asleep next to Eden.
But after that, when the sun rose, I know it's hard.
Why does everything have to be?
Man makes it much harder when he leans on his own understanding.
I'll leave you alone now. I forgive you.